If I'm Jason Kidd, do I want to leave Dallas? Do I want to leave the opportunity to coach Cooper Flag? You win the lottery, you stumble into this. Do you want to go to the Knicks unless Jason Kidd and Giannis get reunited? That would be, I mean, that's the only thing I see where I go, okay, we're going to get Jason Kidd, and that means Giannis is going to want to play for Jason Kidd. Okay. But I'm not bringing in Jason Kidd and going, okay, let's see if you can take them further than Tom Thibodeau. But you're asking for permission. Okay. So what do the Mavericks, what would they want in return? Because I don't think the Knicks, they don't have a draft pick this year. I think they have a protected first-round pick in 2026. I'd probably take that. But you're going to trade your coach. Or that would, I mean, you're going to have to trade your coach. If they're interested in, then what's Dallas going to ask in return? And the only way I'm bringing Jay Kidd in and trading for him is if Giannis then decides he wants to play for the Knicks. But then I got to figure out, what am I sending, the Bucks for Giannis? So if I give up a draft pick to Dallas for Jay Kidd, then what's Milwaukee going to want? They're going to want some draft picks there. And what players are you going to make expendable where they go, you know what? Yeah, this trade makes a lot of sense. We always look at trades from one angle. You got to look at both sides here and go, if you're Milwaukee, he might want out. What are we getting in return? That's where I would definitely call up the Boston Celtics. And I would say, hey, are you interested in Giannis? If he wants to leave. Now, I don't know if he would want to go to Boston. But that's where I would start, because I'd ask about Jaylen Brown. I'd ask about Derek White. I think the Celtics roster feels like it's going to be some moving parts there. Now, who are they going to move? What are they willing to move? And if you get Giannis. But when I saw the Jay Kidd situation, I thought there's only one reason why I'd do it, and that's because Giannis liked Jason Kidd. Yes, Marvin.
But the NBA is a copycat league. And if the rest of the NBA sees what the Oklahoma City Thunder are doing, going this deep with 12 guys that play in regular rotation, you're not going to trade all your depth for one superstar, because you're going to be in the same position as you were last year talking about the Knicks. Because if they get eliminated in the conference finals again, you're going to say, man, only if they had a bench.
Yeah.
And then you just trade away good pieces, probably Mikal Bridges or somebody like that.
Yeah, but I don't want Mikal Bridges if I'm Milwaukee.
Oh, I think it's a bad trade on both sides.
I mean,
you're not winning.
They give up, 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges?
But that was the Nets, though.
I know, but still, I don't know. If I'm getting Giannis, what am I giving up? I always go back to Carmelo Anthony. He wanted out of Denver. He wanted to go play for the Knicks. He gets to the Knicks and he goes, where are all my teammates? We traded 4 guys to get you, Carmelo. Do you know how this works? And then, he lamented the fact that he didn't have a great roster there. Yes, Mark.
Well, I wasn't talking about Mikal Bridges specifically, but I was just saying somebody that's a good rotation guy. And you trade him and another star, and then you're going to be in the same position as you were last year, where it's Giannis and Jalen Brunson and a bunch of guys.
Yeah, Paulie.
I'm not sure the super team, supermax guy era is over. I think it's had a chilling effect. I think the Suns really hurt the super team era. Like, the Suns have gone nowhere, spending a ton on 3 great players. But I think teams still look at it. It might be tougher to do what OKC is doing than to sign 2 supermax guys. That's simple. That's just a check.
Well, Brian Windhorst has been talking about that this year, that the got to have 3 stars there. That's changed. If you can have one great player and you can have some really good players, and then you have bench players. I mean, that's kind of what Denver did. I mean, Jamal Murray can be a great player. I don't think he's a great player, consistently, but he does have those pockets where, he'll put up 43 and you go, dang, who says Joker doesn't have any talent around him? And then all of a sudden you want Michael Porter Jr. III not do anything. But yeah, OKC has Shai Gilgeous. They don't have great players around him, but boy, they have good players who know exactly what they're supposed to do. And it took a while for Shai Gilgeous to develop into this. Nobody knew who SGA was going to be. Or the Clippers never would have gotten rid of him. They would have said, this guy's better than Paul George. We're not going to get rid of this guy. Yes, Marvin.
Yeah, but even in the Big Three era, like the Celtics, LeBron's Heat, they had good players around them. They had a good bench. That team that got to the finals in 2011 with LeBron's Heat, besides Wade, Bosh, and LeBron, that wasn't a good roster. They got beat by a better all-around team in the Mavericks. And same thing with the Boston Celtics. You get a James Posey, you get a P.J. Brown, you get all these guys, Jason Terry, to come off the bench, and that's how you win a championship. You just can't win with 3 great players and a bunch of scrubs.
But there's no way I want to bring in J. Kidd if it just means, okay, we get Giannis, okay. But what am I giving up to get Giannis? Because I think you're correct in saying all of a sudden he's going to get there and go, who do I have? Hey, you got Brunson. Okay. But you're going to have to give up a couple of players to get him. And if you're trading for J. Kidd, what are you giving up for Jason Kidd? A draft pick?